You know about Tesla, you know about SpaceX, but what about the company that started it all? The one that made Elon Musk his first millions? Yeah, most people have never even heard of it. So today, we're going to dig into that story because the principles he used back then, well, they're the foundation for everything that came after.
All right, let's set the scene. We're in the mid-90s, picture this, a 24-year-old Elon Musk. And he is so broke that he's literally sleeping on his office floor. His office is his bedroom. He's showering at the YMCA down the street, eating whatever's cheapest. I mean, it is a super gritty, totally unglamorous picture, right? A million miles away from the guy we know today.
But that whole gritty reality, it wasn't going to last long. In fact, in just 2 years, just 2 short years, everything was about to change. He was about to go from sleeping on that floor to something, well, something pretty much unimaginable. Boom. $22 million. I mean, that's a kind of leap that just makes you stop and go, wait, what? How? How on earth does that happen? And the answer, well, it has nothing to do with rockets or electric cars. It's actually way, way simpler. So to really get it, you got to rewind the clock. We're talking about the very dawn of the consumer internet. For most of us, the web was just this weird new thing, a novelty. But for Musk, he looked around and saw that almost no local businesses were online. And to him, that wasn't just a weird fact. That was a massive, blinking opportunity hiding in plain sight. So what did he do? He and his brother Kimball, they took this huge, huge risk. They actually dropped out of school to start a company. It was called Zip2. And their whole mission was super straightforward. They wanted to build an online directory for local businesses. Think of it like the Yellow Pages, but for the internet. Now look at this. The idea seems so basic today, right? Just combine business listings with some maps and directions. But you have to remember, this was 1995. This was revolutionary. Nobody was doing this. They were solving a really clear problem for all these businesses that had absolutely no clue how to reach people on this new internet thing. And get this, they started with literally nothing. No investors, no safety net, just a tiny rented office, and this obsession with what the internet could be. They were totally all in on an idea that nobody had proven in a market that basically didn't exist yet. Okay, so having a simple idea is one thing, but turning that idea into a real breathing business, that's a whole different ballgame. The next chapter of their story is all about one thing: brutal, relentless execution.
Just trying to survive and make it work?
And this quote, this just nails it. This wasn't hustle culture. This was survival. I mean, forget the glamorized startup life you see on TV. This was a desperate 7-day-a-week fight just to keep the lights on. And here's what that survival actually looked like day to day. Elon was just coding, day and night, nonstop. He was literally living at the office, sleeping on that floor we talked about because he couldn't afford an apartment and an office. I mean, that's the raw, unglamorous truth of building something from absolute zero. So let's just recap the journey here. They founded the company in '95, and for the next 3, almost 4 years, it's just that intense, heads-down grind. But it starts to work. Slowly but surely, newspapers and businesses start paying for their service. And then, in 1999, the big moment arrives, the moment that changes everything. The tech giant Compaq swoops in and buys Zip2 for $307 million. Just like that. Overnight, all those years of sacrifice, sleeping on the floor, it all paid off. And from that deal, Elon himself walks away with $22 million. He was just 28 years old. But you know what? Here's where the story gets really interesting. Because it's not actually about the money. The truly crucial part is what he did next, and what that teaches all of us about how real, lasting wealth is actually built. Let's just be super clear here. Look at how he got rich. It wasn't by day trading stocks or chasing some quick money fad. No. What he did do was find a real-world problem, build something genuinely valuable to solve it, and then, and this is the key, he reinvested everything and went all in again. So instead of buying a yacht or just sitting on his new fortune, he took that $22 million and poured almost every single dime of it into his next idea, an online bank called X.com. You've probably heard of what it became: PayPal. And when PayPal sold for a fortune, you guessed it, he did the exact same thing again, rolling it all into these crazy, high-risk, world-changing companies we know today, Tesla and SpaceX. And that right there, that brings us to the single biggest lesson from this whole story. It's so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Money follows value. See, he wasn't chasing the money itself. He was chasing problems he could solve. And by focusing on creating real value for other people, the money just followed.
So, okay, what's the takeaway for you and me? It's that real wealth, it often starts with these things right here. It starts with spotting a shift in the world, maybe a new technology or a new behavior before everyone else does. It's about building the skills you need to actually do something about it. And most of all, it's about focusing like a laser on solving real problems for real people. Think about it. Before he was trying to put humanity on Mars, Elon Musk was just helping a local pizza place get a map on its website. So I'll leave you with this to chew on. If money follows value, where are you creating it? It doesn't have to be big. Where in your world are you making something more valuable?